The Mariners. Ugh.
Los Marineros.
Yeah,
Seriously.
like go ahead. Talk about the Mariners. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Say whatever you want. Say what you want. Say what you want, Sam. How do you feel about
I
him?
have some positives.
Do you? Let me hear them.
Positive. I also looked this up yesterday, so it's probably worse. But Julio was hitting 280 the last 7 games, and Randy Rosarino's hitting 333 the last 7 games.
That's probably the same still. I can't imagine.
I don't really have much else to say, to be honest with you. There's just nothing exciting. I mean, Dan Wilson's been fine. Whatever.
Dan Wilson does not deserve the job.
I'm like, it's fine, but we're 6 games back. I mean, we were just listening to the Mariners game. We are closer to the wild card than we are from the division, which is scary, just because we could have won that division
weeks ago,
just so easily, and we just blew it.
Yeah, I agree. Julio's batting .304 in the last.
So he's doing better, but
he's hitting for a little bit of power. He's hit 2 home runs.
I mean, I do like Edgar coming in because I don't think he's actually like the hitting coach for next year. So maybe it gives us a boost. I mean, I don't know if we're going to keep him. Be the hitting coach, though. But I do think our offensive strategy just was not there, and clearly we're changing some stuff around.
Yeah, I don't too little, too late though.
Yeah,
should have all been changed at the All-Star break, but it was also hard because we had a 10-game lead. I think the biggest thing with the Mariners right now has been the bullpen has truly fallen apart. Besides Munoz, who I will give it to you, Munoz has been fine. Everyone else, yes, Trent Thornton, Saicedo, Snyder, whatever, Spire, they've all been fine.
Yeah, it's just filling the gaps. It's been really tough.
It's literally just been whose night is it to give it up? Is what it's turned into. Yeah. Munoz has given up I think one. He had the
walk off the other day.
Yeah. But he's by far been he's still got a 1.92 ERA.
You still got to think it's the same thing's happening all year. Our offense isn't giving us enough runs to put us.
And I agree with
putting all that
pressure
on the bullpen. So.
I agree with you, but I also look at it and I say there's 2 things with that, and I agree. Pitching wise, you have to let Bryce Miller, Brian Wu, and these guys go further than the 6th inning. Yeah, I get you're saving their arms, and it's proven it because they're not getting injured, but. Especially at this point in the year, the last 2 months, they have to. If you go up to Luis Castillo and he goes, "I'm ready to throw 150 pitches," you go, "Perfect, throw it until you literally start giving up runs." And you have to look at it and go, "I agree with you, but the bullpen's job is to hold a lead. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get a 10-run lead every night. You're going to get a 1 or 2 run lead, and you have to hold it. And they have done a terrible job. Yeah. Now, yes, can you say the fact that Matt Brash has been out? We don't have Santos still. Yimi Garcia has been terrible since we traded for him. He's not been very good for us.
It was a good idea. I mean,
I know, and it was perfectly fine. I had nothing against it. And I look at some of these moves that we have made, and I just kind of get questioned. Like Canzone, I get why he goes down because you have the option for him to go down. And obviously that brings back JP.
But I love JP.
He's been
terrible
this year.
Not good. Defensively, he's amazing, but offensively, just can't put the bat on the ball.
But same with
Rivas?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Is that Rivas is a little guy?
Yeah.
Plays short.
Yeah, he's been good.
And he's been batting lights out. Last 7 games. So I don't know how many games that really is.
He's played like 5 maybe.
He's batting .63.
Yeah.
JP is having a terrible year. And I don't know what his contract looks like.
I think he's got a couple more years on
it. It's one of those things where you have to. He's signed a 5-year deal. It goes till 2026 is what it looks like.
Perfect. So let's just trade him.
But at some point you have to think that way because it's not trying to be disrespectful to him at all. He's a great defender. He's a solid defender. I wouldn't say he's great. He's a solid defender. He's an above average defensive player at shortstop. He is now getting paid until 2026. Next year will be 11, and then the year after will be 12. And you're not going to get rid of him.
It's not horrible.
No, it's not. But you also have to look at it and go, Yemi Garcia has been. That's his last name, right? I'm not going crazy. It is Garcia. Yemi. Is it Yemi?
You're about the pitcher or Rivas?
No. Rivas. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Leo Rivas.
Leo Rivas. Thank you. I was like, Yemi Garcia is not who I'm thinking of. Has been really good. And he's making no money.
Yeah.
And he's not. JP's 29. Rivas is 26. So he's got years on him too. You have to be willing to give him.
He's hitting 262. So
yeah, he's doing fine.
And Ryan Bliss was. I mean, I don't know if Ryan Bliss played short, but
he played mostly second, but he did play short. He's also 24, and I do know that his last 7 games he did struggle. He's only batting like $150, $160.
Still like triple what
But he also, and I mean, you just look at it. I just keep looking at the roster, and I keep hearing rumors with DePoto being this narcissistic guy who just has to be in control, because you have to start to look at this roster and go, okay, if I went through, obviously starting 5, you try to keep all of them. I think Castillo could be a trade target for a lot of teams, and I would be okay with it. I think Gilbert could be, depending on what arbitration looks like, which is
painful.
Yeah, because you better get the number 1 through 5 prospects and Aaron Judge.
I was thinking we might even trade a Rosarena.
I could see that, because he's going to be around $12 million.
Yeah,
and he's not been that good.
I know.
So you look at this roster. To me, Cal Raleigh, you're probably going to keep. I don't see why you wouldn't. He's going to be cheap. Ryan Bliss should be playing next year, in my opinion. JP, if someone wants him, you listen. Tyler Locklear, he stays in the minor. Dylan Moore, get rid of him. It is time to move on.
He's just a solid, but he's a utility player.
I don't care. You can find a better utility player.
I don't know. He's pretty solid.
You don't need him. Josh Rojas can be your utility player, and he's a much better utility player, in my opinion.
I don't know about that.
Why?
I'm gonna look up their stats. I would prefer Dylan Moore in that, like, fielding wise. I'd take Dylan Moore.
I don't know. Rojas can play everywhere just as much as Dylan Moore can. I
we'll
think
see.
I would rather.
That's a fun conversation.
I don't think Dylan Moore's. I think Dylan Moore's. He's in his early 30s. Josh Rojas is only still in his.
He's like 29.
20, he's 30. So they're about the same age.
I mean, he has 30 points average on him and 2 less home. They're like honestly the same player, really.
Yeah, but 30 points in average is a lot.
Yeah, but I'm looking on base percentage. On base percentage, it's 4 points difference. They're literally like the same player.
Sure,
that's fine.
And that's just because Rojas has played more. But I would get rid of Dylan Moore. You're paying him too much. Just move on. It's time for him to go. Polanco, I would not keep him. Dylan Moore, I think, is making like 5 or 7.
3.
He's making 3.
Under 3. Yeah, it's 3 or not.
That's 9 actually. I thought it was more like 5.
No.
Polanco, you don't accept, in my opinion. You let him walk. I don't want him. Leo Rivas, you keep and you play next year. He needs to just give him the chance. I'd rather give someone a chance than watch JP go out there. Yes, JP was really good last year. This year, not so much. Justin Turner, I would keep him. If you can sign him to a 1-year deal, why not? Who else are you going to play at first? Locklear?
Yeah.
Dylan Moore? I don't want them to play every game.
Hasn't been great.
Justin Turner's not
Luke Raley could play first.
And I'm okay with that. That's a fine one. But I'd rather have Justin Turner be my DH / backup
alternate
first baseman. Yeah, 100%. Luis Arias, get rid of him. I forgot he was even on the team. The third baseman we signed at the beginning of the year from Boston. Super young. He just got called back up. He's 27.
Luis Arias, not Arias. Arias, the guy that's actually good. I wish we had.
He's batting 188 and 17
Luis
at-bats.
Arias has been horrible.
He's been terrible. Get rid of him. It's time for him to go already. Jason Vossler, I don't really care. Whatever. He can be your backup catcher for all I really care about. I think that's where he is, right? Vossler.
He's outfielder.
Didn't he play catcher? Where did he play first? I'm losing my mind.
I thought he played outfield, but
he's a first baseman. But I thought he also, I don't know why I thought he was playing catcher at some point. I keep losing my mind because there's so many damn players that keep coming up and down. Randy, I would love to keep him. I think he gets traded. I also am not mad about him getting traded because, like, I think Canzone has been injury prone this year.
Yeah, I don't love Canzone.
No, I don't love him, but he has a lot more power. He has a lot more upside than what you're going to get out of Randy, I think. I think Randy's career is kind of done, in my opinion. I know he's in his early 30s. He had a really bad year this year. He had a super good year for Mexico down at the Kit Classic.
Yeah.
That's it. Sam Haggerty, cut him, get rid of him. Haniger, you're stuck with him for $16 million.
Is he?
Yes.
I thought that was it.
You have one. I believe you have one more year of him.
Let me check. I'm
like
now.
99% sure. Cade Marlowe, whatever, keep him in the minors.
I'm
young.
almost positive it's a last year because he signed a 2-year deal with whatever their face.
Does he not have a player option, though? I thought it was 3 years. I'm pretty sure we have him for another year at 19.
It's a player It's a player option next year.
Staying.
He's definitely. It's $17.5 million.
So unless he wants to go, I'm a team player and I'm going to let you guys.
Heck no, he's
not going to do
that.
he's
taking that and running with it.
And that has to take up an active 40-man roster. He has to probably in his contract because he's old enough. Cade Marlowe, whatever. I know he's kind of got those streaky moments.
Fine.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Luke Raley, please keep him as your first baseman. I'd play him every day at first if that's what he's okay with. Robles, you're keeping. I'm okay with that. He's been good. He's still young. I think he likes Seattle a lot more. Julio, obviously, hopefully just bounces back.
I think Julio.
Garver, I wish you'd get rid of. You're never going to be able to get rid of him unless you trade.
Yeah.
Garver will be, to me, Garver or Haniger are going to be, there's a good chance that if we trade one of our pitchers, they are a part of it.
Yeah, and they're taking that salary.
It's just like the Robinson Cano trade. And I'm not opposed to that. I don't want to lose any of the bullpen arms, really, like the 3 main guys. I don't want to lose Santos. I don't want to lose
Munoz
or Brash.
Other than that,
the rest of them, they can all go. I don't really care. The starting 5, I want all 4 besides Castillo. Castillo can go. That's fine. It's a lot of money. Yes, he's been good, but like we also can put that money towards Logan Gilbert, and I would much rather do that. And you still have Emerson Hancock, who's not as your 5th pitcher. We've been spoiled this year to go. Emerson Hancock can't cut it.
The thing is, you could still sign a veteran that's decent. Like this is a bad example, like Sonny Gray.
Yeah, 100%.
He would 100%. Fill in fine. 100%. It doesn't have to be him.
But this year, not great. As your 5th starter in only however many games, 9 games, a 4.76 ERA, as your 5th starter at 25 is not the worst. It's not good.
No.
But it's as your 5th starter. It's not that bad. You can get a lot worse.
Oh, yeah, that's for sure.
And so that's how I look at it. I'm like, yes, do we still think he has some potential in him? Yeah, 100%. I don't know what he's doing down in Tacoma, but he could. So to me, the Mariners have to just really shake up this roster. Mm-hmm. And I hope they can keep Gilbert and everyone. It's hard for me to think that Gilbert wants to stay here when he goes out and pitches a gem every game and then loses. I could understand that. It's like the Felix Hernandez type issue.
Literally.
Where you just can't do that every week. But I don't know. Mariners are a tough team to cheer for, obviously.
They are painful. That's why I'm repping the Giants.
Blake Snell, they're so good, too. They're going to make the playoffs.
Hey, huge Chris Bryant fan.
Yeah, no
Even
kidding.
Though he doesn't play for them.
No kidding.
Thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.